Team Jeremiah want to die on this hill. Okay, he did date his brother's ex, but he made a move first. I'm confused. They kissed first, so he was technically with Belly first. Something that I think that is not clicking for Team Jeremiah when Team Conrad is talking about their frustrations with Jeremiah's actions in this season is they only kissed first because when Jeremiah saw that Belly and Conrad both liked each other and were about to kiss, he said, I'm going to interrupt that with a firework. You guys want to be so dismissive about that. They still could have kissed after that. That's not the point. That was a big moment for Belly and Conrad, and it was ruined because of Jeremiah. Had Jeremiah not done that, Belly and Conrad would have kissed first. Something had been brewing between them the entire first 4 episodes. Anything happening between Belly and Jeremiah was one-sided and barely noticeable. Then the next day, Jeremiah sees how giddy Conrad is because of the events of the night before, lies about seeing him out there, and then starts being nosy asking him what they were doing. The entire day, Belly and Conrad are so excited to see each other. They're texting each other, he shows up at the country club, everything's going great. Conrad has a conversation with Cleveland talking about how he's clearly into Belly, but he's saying if you're not good with yourself, you're not going to be good with anyone else. That brings his mood down because reality sets in, oh shoot, my mom is dying, I shouldn't be doing this. Belly gets home, all she's doing is wondering where Conrad is. When is Conrad going to come home? When is Conrad going to come home? Cam comes over, she breaks things off with him. When Conrad gets back, him and Belly have a conversation. Obviously it sucks. She's like, we almost kissed. She knows something was happening between them. She knows that he feels the same way that she does. And at first he tries to be dismissive of it, tries to act like he's drunk and he didn't remember what happened. She clocks him and he goes, Belly, I think about you. You know I do. I just can't. She says, I'm not waiting for you anymore, which is fair. It's fine. She doesn't know what's going on. But Team Jeremiah wants to use that scene as an excuse for his actions. Jeremiah doesn't know they had that conversation. From Jeremiah's perspective, they were about to kiss, they like each other, and I'm going to come and interrupt it anyway. So that night when he talks to her in the pool, after she had told Conrad, I'm not waiting for you anymore, unbeknownst to Jeremiah, he's thinking my plan worked. Not to mention the fact that he talked to Nicole trying to get her to bring Conrad to a concert to keep him away from Belly. Those are manipulative moves. I don't think Jeremiah is a villainous individual, but the fact that Team Jeremiah acts like none of that matters is crazy. It's not Jeremiah's fault that Belly was in a vulnerable state and he was unaware of the fact that they had that conversation and then pursued her and then she gave him some sort of sense of maybe I could want this. But the actual audacity to manipulate things into your favor and then when you find out she chooses Conrad, the person you knew she wanted to be with and knew that he wanted to be with her. And play the victim and be like, I'm glad it finally happened for you, Belly. Like, bro, you knew. You're actually the only person who knew, because Conrad didn't know anything was going on between you and Belly. And I don't want to hear this. Shayla told Steven that she had a theory that Jeremiah and Belly were hooking up, because neither of them believed it. Steven freaked out when he actually saw Jeremiah and Belly kissing. He's like, what the heck? What about Conrad? What? Oh, I can't believe this is happening. So he obviously didn't believe it was true. Yes, Conrad did react to it. He was like, oh my gosh. Is that something that's happening? He never fully believed it, but he did text Belly to say, hey, I did want to take you to the dead ball. You cannot use that scene and try and act as if he knew because of that. Especially when they let us know later that he didn't know, because when Belly told him, he was like, oh, so do you want to be with him? When he talked to Jeremiah about giving the blessing to date Belly, he was like, I did not know about last summer. I didn't know you guys kissed. That's so messed up. Proving he didn't know. So saying Conrad did the same thing to Jeremiah that Jeremiah did to him is absolutely false. Conrad wasn't making manipulative moves to try and get Belly towards him and away from Jeremiah. On season 2, Jenny Han did the best job she possibly could to make it digestible, believable that Belly could flip from Conrad to Jeremiah. But I'm not going to sit here and say that it's okay. Belly and Conrad have been broken up for 6 weeks. Susanna just died a month ago. And Belly is actively pursuing Jeremiah while having conflicted, confused feelings about Conrad. I'm pretty sure that I Thought You Knew episode is episode 6, and episode 8, her and Jeremiah are together. She just told him I would have fought for you, I would have fought for us. And a day or two later is making out with Jeremiah on his car. Obviously, they were all in a very highly emotional state. We saw the flashbacks from Conrad and Belly together. There's only you, there's only ever been you, she says to him while he's sleeping, after the fireplace scene. They were together for 6 months and were in love. And you're trying to tell me that after all of that, Jeremiah telling Conrad at the motel, I want what's best for both of you. You're my brother, I love you, this and that. Conrad, tell her how you feel. Belly, tell him how you feel. I will bow out. I will not act like the menace I have this whole year. But if she doesn't choose you, yeah, I'm gonna date her. You just told me you love her, I'm gonna date her. No good brother is going to do that. There has to be a level of suspension of disbelief because, of course, we had to have the triangle. But I'm not praising Jeremiah for that. His brother just told him that he's in love with his ex-girlfriend who he just broke up with 6 weeks ago. And you're saying, yeah, well, you know, she doesn't want you. I'm going to date her anyway, bro. I'm going to date her, knowing you are still in love with her. And then in season 3, he is saying, I know he's been in love with you all summer, even longer. Say what you want about it. It's been 4 years for Conrad. It's been 4 years for Belly, and they're both still in love with each other. And of course, I'm going to put some blame on Belly for letting Jeremiah think that she was completely over Conrad and she wanted to be with him. And Jeremiah did spend 4 years with her, so of course that sucks emotionally. That's got to be so painful. But he did it to himself. He even said in season 2, there will always be something between you and Conrad. He even said, I see the way you look at him. You've never looked at me like that even once. He has known all along. Of course he loves Belly. I'm not one of those Team Conrad people that say he doesn't love Belly. He does love Belly. But he's always known that Belly and Conrad love each other. And although he's not solely responsible, he did do this to himself. And I just want to say, it is an important detail that Conrad did not say anything to Belly until he found out about Cabo. Because I would have gave Jeremiah the same grace if the roles were reversed and Conrad did something like that to Belly. And he was like, you know what? Screw it. Belly, I want to be with you. I love you. Conrad cheated on you and Cabo, like, I would have given him the same grace because I would understand. But I will not subscribe to this whole Jeremiah had her first narrative when it's really clear something was brewing between Conrad and Belly beforehand, and Jeremiah saw it and intervened. I'm sorry.